Amit, how's it going?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great.
Morning.
You want to send us the recording when you finish?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can turn it off too if you want.
No. I'd love the recording if you can send that.
For sure, no problem.
Awesome. So yeah, how are things going?
Good, yeah. How did we connect?
I believe Jordan connected us.
Jordan,
Yeah.
he's our VP of partnerships. Jordan Hood, he's our VP of strategic partnerships.
Right. Okay. Where are you guys located?
In Irvine, California, Orange County.
Yes, sir.
How about yourself? You're up north?
Fantastic. I'm in the Bay Area, so same time zone.
Yep.
Good to connect. Maybe a quick background from you guys would be great, and then I can do the same.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is actually in traditional quantitative behavioral research. I have a background in crypto space for about 6 years. Been running a fund with Martin here for the last two of them, and we've been kind of more in the structuring products for institutional space for kind of the last 9 months, and that's been both debt and equity products. The real focus that we've had, especially me, has been on the fundamental side. And so, building teams that understand how to value and how to, properly address this development of specifically DeFi, yield opportunities, things like that, and really kind of moving into that space. And I'll let Martin pitch a little bit about him too.
And I have more of a corporate finance background. So been in, got my finance degree from Cal Poly, started in more treasury, working at a corporate credit union. Was managing a book of about 30 billion there. Mortgage-backed securities, swaps, derivatives, all that good stuff. Really kind of, I was at 2 years old, I was reading the Wall Street Journal, like literally, paper trading. And so I think it's crazy because I think crypto really aligns to technology and finance, right? It's like, I love technology. I have a passion for that and finance. And so I actually just recently stepped out of, corporate America, and I'm a serial entrepreneur as well. So have a couple other businesses. But, I think, working with this guy, this is a mad scientist over here. He, he's really writing the book on DeFi and crypto. And so I think once we aligned and kind of, I brought my expertise to some extent, right, on risk mitigation and like what institutions actually would, appreciate, we started to really think about some cool things. About what, a month and a half ago, I gave everyone COVID. And we reset, and it was actually a blessing because I think, during that time, we really thought through, there was a couple of products we were working on, and we had been doing a deep dive on Standarddao and the whole mechanics around that. And, that interests me because of the treasury background that I have and what that looks like. And out of that came Standarddao, right? And Aaron does the best job of explaining what that is, but yeah.
Okay. So Standarddao is what kind of assets are we talking about? I know I went through whatever you sent me, but just sort of from your perspective.
Yeah, so the big spin right now is creating a new asset class that is the standard digital asset, and Standarddao is launching the first one, and it's really about being backed by standard assets, and that's a lot of it right now is for kind of the marketing. It's very easy to market. Oh, we are backed by gold. It's very easy to market to Bitcoin maxis as well as Ethereum maxis and Chainlink, Link Marines, that we're also backing this token with the asset that and love. But really at its core, it's assets that are, top of their market cap or market class, as well as, the largest market cap in that class. And, most partnerships, largest growth, all that kind of stuff. And all of those fit those categories, right?
So
And
give me examples.
Real estate, energy,
okay.
golds, obviously, any performing assets, right? So I mean, we're obviously
so it's sort of just regular asset-backed tokens.
No, that's really there's something interesting about the current market of what they're calling asset backed, because they're saying that the gold token, right, or even stables like USDC, it's asset backed, right, even DAI. But there's a difference between backing and pegging, right? So you can back something, but it's only pegged to that price. This is backed by these assets, but it's backed to the floor. So there's a floor price, but then the price of our token can actually increase, right? And so that's why there needs to be, some retooling on the verbiage around this.
And
yeah, sure. I mean, like, not a peg, right? That's what it is. It's not a peg to a price. It's the peg to the actual asset.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
For the treasury, right? So like the token itself, really think of it like a stock, right? You saw what happened.
Treasury, yeah, just the treasury, the one that's holding all the assets.
Yeah. So your treasury will be represented by those assets, one for one, really. But then the token itself, that's backing, right? Backed by the treasury. That's what actually, can have a market cap that extends, past that.
Yeah, some kind of delta.
Okay. So the biggest way you can do it is like
so it's like the custody, really. You're going after the custody, right? The custody part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're like basically tokenizing the custody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like really, if Bitcoin was backed by these asset classes, right? I think it would be a lot more interesting.
I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. So I'll show you some stuff which I think you guys should consider in your crypto universe.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is the what I call. I mean, there's many ways to term what we're doing, but Awake is a set of protocols. So we are able to effectively merge or integrate, maybe a better word, Web 2 and Web 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Which means that we can basically do all the things that people are talking. See, the thing is, I've already spent many years and a lot of money wasting time doing the Web 3 first.
Yeah.
And so now that I've learned all those lessons from 2017 onwards, building the first set of ecosystems within blockchain, which is a waste of time.
Yeah.
You have to build it outside in the real world and create that metadata or meta network that we've created, which is what we call the actual internet.
Right. Yep.
So we've created that. I will show you.
So you guys
live in multiple countries. This is fiat. We haven't even talked about crypto yet, and we're beginning to issue, because we act as a central bank. We got accepted by Stripe recently into their treasury program. So this is an early access program. We are now issuing Goldman Sachs backed FDIC insured bank accounts to people.
Oh, shit.
And it's like all tokens are exchanged with our protocols, right? Because we're in the market network. We're a Main Street participant. Wall Street also participates on the same ledger, but we are ComFac, commerce facilitator. We're actually on the Main Street side, connecting. Let me just show you very quickly an example or two so you get it.
Okay.
And then I would like to understand how far along is Standarddao? Where is the how far is the tech?
Development wise, we've deployed all contracts. Those contracts right now, we're going with stables and gold just to start, right? And we have like a roadmap on where we go and what assets we're actually going to be activating. But yeah,
it's a protocol, or is it just your own token? Like it's literally
it's a protocol, and there's also a token, right? So they're one and the same, simply because the protocol is connected to the token, which connects the treasury. If that token price.
My question, I guess, is if I were to show you our treasury, right, and say, you know what, we'll contribute treasury, like we will tokenize it.
Yep.
Using your protocol.
Yep.
Right. Just do the token thing for us. Like just here's the treasury, right? Like I'll show you just now something. Okay, let me show you.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah. So let me show you a few actually, 2 or 3 or 4 examples, okay, of our protocols in action. There's 2 or 3 protocols. The first is Awake Market. I'll show you some examples. One is in cannabis, wine, creator economy, like an influencer marketing kind of a thing. I'll show you one that's in India, different country. Okay, so what we do, these are all clients, so they are not, the UX is totally, not our thing, so it's we're a protocol layer, right?
Yep.
So these guys, what they want to do is build the world's largest, we build market networks. Okay, that's what we do. As Awake, our mantra is market network.
Yep.
Okay? We are a market network operating system for the internet.
Yep.
Which means B2B2C globally, people connect as businesses. It's like a BYOB party. You bring your own business.
Yep.
We all contribute margin, which is available now to anyone to arbitrage by connecting beautiful experiences like this one and others in front of the categories of products that we have. So for example, their new UX is a completely, kind of like a social network.
Interesting.
So it's a verticalized social network for, this industry that is now connecting the entire ecosystem into a virtualized ledger. So we are a virtual ledger, right? We're an actual ledger, which is a book of books, right? This is the actual cash flows. We actually move money. I'll show you now. But this is the digital layer where people are connecting, consuming content, creating content, blah, blah, blah. This is a full-on social media network for cannabis.
Yeah.
And so
that is so needed for cannabis right now.
Yeah.
They can do a lot of stuff on social.
Yeah, so that's an example, so you can see people come here for different things, and so there's all these other topics. There's companies, that connect. So there's like, famous companies, big, like we have Canopy Growth, one of the largest public company in the space, out in Canada. They have brands coming through us like, hey, good morning, Jordan. Like not Martha Stewart and so many others, so all of those flowing through networks like this. We call them networks. The reason I call them networks is because these are HTTP networks, whether it's a website or an app or any other API driven thing. We are operating at the HTTP layer. Our protocols operate at the HTTP layer. Okay. So that at the very HTTP layer itself, we integrate the economy of this decentralized, all these businesses that are here. So for example, if you go to CBD, you will see that automatically it acts like an aggregator, right? Because now let's say the business as a member, I'm a member of Weed, right? And I happen to have a CBD shop and it happens to be on Shopify or on WooCommerce or on BigCommerce or any other big tech platform on the internet. One click, boom, we're connected to the Awake protocols. And now all these people on the planet who want to sell and make these new experiences and companies and products and services and blah, 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 are able to create our, use our protocols for distribution.
Yeah.
Right? So we're the world's largest globally distributed sales force. Individual people make money with us. I'll show you how. So this is CBD. CBD is easy to ship in the US. A little bit regulations are complex, right? And we have different payment providers connected for different types of categories of products for the actual full service loop, right? So we take the money. So I'll show you now. Right. So in the case of CBD, it's easy. In the case of THC, not so easy. So we actually are forced to, in this case, just really quick, and just 5 minutes for this demo, then we can talk a lot more about other stuff. So we are actually hyper local, which means we route orders to online or offline locations. Right. So literally, it does not matter whether the seller is online, which means we're metaverse. You see, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely virtual. Right. So we are a meta network for business and for transactions, and most importantly for referrals, okay, on the internet. So let me now show you how money is made. So, and the reason I said offline is you have to like physical delivery, for certain products.
Yeah, very important.
Take an example here, Adams, right? Now, if this is a brand that's connected to our system, if I go to their website, they're running on, I think, WooCommerce.
Yep.
So they continue to do their independent thing somewhere, wherever it is. We don't touch their existing stuff. But what happens is once they connect their protocols through the backend, I'll show you that in a second. Backend is here. This is shop type. They would connect as a vendor. But once they do that, their entire catalog, I'll close this guy, comes over to our side here like this. And then the network operator or the curator or the co-seller or the you or me or anyone writing a blog or having anything online can pick up any of their products and show them like this, right? And it's all JavaScript, one click, right? So you don't have any commerce infrastructure now. You're just like a blogger, right? And you're just like turning this thing on, right?
Wow.
Now, if I open this, of course I can buy, right? So this entire cart is in the cloud, okay? This is a WordPress website. With one JavaScript thing, they've basically converted the social commerce. So the vendors are multi-vendor. Like one could be on Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, freaking India, US. One cart, one checkout.
Yep. Wow.
Anywhere on the planet, right?
That's crazy.
returns are managed, order splits are managed, all that stuff is done on our side. We take the money, we move it around, right, to all the people involved. Now, who are the people involved? Okay, obviously the vendor is getting paid, right, for whatever they have to offer. But we also have a new feature called the co-seller. This is a new thing, buyer, seller. The co-seller protocol makes everybody on all blockchains and internet platforms, just people everywhere, part of the shared economy, which is the internet economy. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how much money is this? This is, $130 listing price. 35% is available to you. Okay. Now, this is after we take our fees. We take 5%. The Weed network chooses to make also 5% on all transactions. So that's 10% plus 35. So 45% is available from Adams because they decide to give 45 to us. Target is taking 80% from them today.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. So they offer, we don't tell them how much. It's a free market. Anyone can offer anything. Okay. So now on the other side, all these creators who are already doing cool stuff can immediately make this money. Now, this is the first difference between us and affiliates. There are two other big differences. The first major difference is, affiliates, of course, they typically pay 5 to 10%, maybe 15 the max. This is generally 30, 40, 50, 60%.
Wow.
Okay, because it's DTC, direct, right? Manufacturers, makers, retailers, et cetera, whoever plugs in, offer whatever they have to offer. NFT people are offering 50%. It's free. What the hell, right? So now, on the other side, not only can I make this money when somebody clicks and makes a purchase, the problem is out of 100 clicks, only 1% convert. Okay, so if I'm an affiliate and I'm trying to make sales and money, I have to make a sale happen. Which is a 1% game in a funnel that has 99 other clicks that also lead to that final click. But today, nobody can track other than last click. We can track all clicks. So we'll pay split commissions, multi-touch attribution across the internet, YouTube links, Twitter links, blah, 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 and automatic payouts. And you don't have to sell because you don't need to sell. There's no selling involved. Buying happens and automatic payouts happen. Right?
Wow.
So I will now show you all this working in the back, and this is multiple, right? So you can see
they're getting paid out in what currency?
Dollars, US dollars, rupees, currency, regular money.
Okay.
And it's directly plugged into now Goldman Sachs. I told you, right? We're part of Stripe, so we're offering bank accounts, in fact. So crypto is just a currency. We're multi-currency and global, and crypto happens to be a currency.
One of them, yeah.
Right. So we have the money protocol. So you'll see two protocols: the short type, which is the the market protocol, where we would like to connect all the businesses, and then their treasury basically would become standard assets, right? We're the standard treasury, right?
Sorry, just had a thought.
Yeah, so we'll turn everybody on the planet into part of your treasury, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me show you other things, right? Like Creator.co used to be an influencer marketing platform, right? They've turned entirely pivoted into social commerce and into collaborative commerce, community commerce. This is a white label of our protocols. They just recently integrated everything. So this is now powered by us. This is the entire marketplace, the entire, the fintech layer is ours, right? It's real world commerce, right? It's regular commerce. It's decentralized commerce, but it's regular commerce for regular people. You plug in Shopify, WooCommerce, everything is plugged in one shot, right? And you're part of this global network.
Yep.
And now everyone makes money here. So if I'm let's say so like this, connect my store or, create my co-seller account, and it's, I'm a brand. So all of this stuff is literally the future of work, right? It's totally virtual. This is a white label. We are the back end protocol doing all the heavy lifting. Here's an Indian network, 25 million plus strong, that have hundreds of brands, all powered by us, in India. So this is Indian currency. We're going live in the UK as we speak. So, and Mexico is also going live. So this is booze again, but, UK pounds, Europe. So examples. But anyway, on the back end, very quickly, if I come in here, everyone on the planet is a co-seller. Okay. people can be vendors. And then of course you have networks, right? Like all our portfolio companies we're launching network after network. These are all companies that are in various verticals, or we are partnering with big companies, small companies that want to become platforms.
Yep.
Right. So we turn everyone into platforms, right? So if you're a vendor, you come in, the first thing you do is you would plug in your store, and that's a one-click operation. You would plug in Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, whatever. This is a one-time thing. Once you do this, automatically your products become available in our universal catalog, which we keep in live sync, So this is a live inventory feed of all things being sold on Shopify, WooCommerce, blah, 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 around the internet globally. And then we are able to inject these orders back into them, because when the order happens, we take the money and then we pump the order back there. So they just fulfill. So here's how they tell us how to make money. They say, look, I'll give you 30%, 40%, 20% to make a sale. And that's it, done. Otherwise, they can also tell us how to split it. This is full funnel split, full funnel monetization for creators or for publishers. Every click is monetized with real social commerce and in fact gamified. So normally what happens is the last click gets paid, right? They either get paid all of it or nothing, right? 99 times they get paid nothing. Here they say, look, guys, we'll pay you 40% if the sale happens within 8 hours. Okay. But let's say that the sale happens within 2 weeks. I'll still pay you 20% of the commissions. Then if it happens within 5 days, I'll pay you another 30%. If it happens within 8 hours, you'll get another 40. If you're the only one in the chain, it acts like the old model, right? So you're going to get the full thing. Yeah. Even that 10%, let's say I invite Jordan, Jordan invites Aaron, Aaron comes every day, every week, every month, makes purchases. Jordan's making 10% of all commissions for, let's say, 2 years, just because he made an intro. He doesn't have to make any link shares or anything after, but he could. So the person could be the only one making the entire amount though, right? And all this money flows through our network, right? So here's an example of a sale. Let me just pick one. That's so $100, right? Was the total. $70 went to the vendor. $5 was our fee. We kept that. $5 went to the network, whichever one it was, 5 or 10. And then other people got paid. Real people. Let me zoom in. Wow. Real dollars, because weeks ago, months ago, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other HTTP networks like WhatsApp, WeChat, they can actually make money because the buyer dynamically found those interesting enough and came through the internet in this manner and made this purchase, and everybody in the chain got paid in real time. So, all right, hold on. Let's stop there real quick. So like that first person, Lewis Dawson, if she's not on the network as a co-seller. Yeah, she is, because it's part of the decentralized economy, right? So what happens is, let's say you come here, let me log out. Let's say I'm not logged in, right? So let's say that I've come across a product somewhere on the internet, right? I say, oh, look at this product, it's cool, whatever. Yeah. And I can either buy it, or I can be like, oh, I'm going to come back once. I'm going to come back a second time, third time, fourth time before I buy. I don't buy it the first time. So before I buy it, it's very likely I'm going to start to share it because I'm going to make money. Right? Yes. So this is a one-click operation. So I say, okay, I'll share it. One-click login. This is this is the social login, the self-sovereign identity protocol, right? Yep. So this is the third protocol. It's an identity protocol. Allows you to log into any blockchain or any network or any whatever in a virtualized manner. Now you're part of the Awake protocol and you're part of Weed. You've got a wallet, regular PayPal-like wallet, where you can now connect your cryptos and you can connect everything else there, which we are already depositing now. Where's your jurisdiction? Where's your corporate out of? We're all US, baby. It's all tax, this is all, we're making this legit. This is the real internet economy. Love it. Right? Love it. So this is now, you come back in here, right? You'll get all this money, which is happening in real time now, in real currencies and crypto, right? The wallets are integrated. This is the third protocol. This is Awake Money, global multi-currency banking protocol, where all your books are managed in a single balanced account. So we're like a decentralized book for all the businesses plugged in, right? We can issue 1099, we will issue 1099s, we issue tax statements, because it's the data, it's the ledger, the actual ledger, transfer of money, etc. You connect your regular thing like Stripe, or you connect, PayPal, you connect regular stuff, and Now, this is where we upgrade you to our new money accounts. So we call it Sharp Type Money, which is powered by the cash management accounts at Goldman Sachs. That's the treasury, Stripe treasury thing I was telling you about. So this is,
I mean, what's the volume that you guys are doing? How long has this been around?
we're just launching. We're in beta in 2021, this whole year.
Yep.
So we've got lots of activity, but it's pre go to market in a big way. It's all been stealth. We haven't taken much money. It's all been self-funded, wasted money first, 2017, 18, then built it in 19, 20, and then testing 2021. We're still adding lots of cool features. I haven't even showed you crypto, right? This is all like regular money, right?
Yeah.
And it's just regular business on Main Street.
I want to see crypto. Show me your crypto now.
There's nothing to show as such at the moment. So the protocols is what we deal with. We haven't really started. So we'll first issue coins now. We're issuing coins. We're doing NFT work, So what happens in our world is everything is unminted, basically. As whatever you're seeing is unminted. I can mint anything here.
Yeah.
Into any blockchain, right? Because we sit on top of this notion of the market network. We are the market network, the internetwork, that the missing network between all the networks on HTTP expanse of the cyber space. You see, the whole internet is empty.
Right.
Only networks exist. But if I'm a user, that's fucking me over.
Right.
Right. So we flip it. Now all users use any network.
Yep.
So so what we're doing now, very quickly to close this, is working with private equity, like large scale investment bankers and other boutiques, really not those guys will come later, right?
Yeah.
But basically, what does this all mean to the internet, and what does it all mean ultimately for money, right? So this is really what we are working with folks, to do, and how we apply this tech, right? Like, what is it, this technology, ultimately, what we've built, is basically how do these companies create these markets that are powering these so-called economies, And so that's fundamentally what we do. We create these networks that arbitrage the existing economics. And if you look at what McKinsey released this month, this is a $70 trillion opportunity by the end of this decade, right?
Yep.
So what is it that we do? On-demand profit growth. Why? Because we're an incremental sales channel for everybody. You connect your network, start making sales for free, finished. There's nothing else for me to discuss. Right? From commerce people. Same thing with media people. I'll make money for you. I give you a wallet. You start sharing on your website. Done. Instant links. Instant cash. So it's automatically arbitraging the existing cash flows that are happening because of the walled gardens. Right? So this is the engine. The engine is a compact. Just like you have PayFax, payment facilitator. We don't touch the money. We don't touch the product. We don't touch anything. We're a virtual network. Right? Everybody else connects and does their legitimate business. Whereas we move 30, 40, 50% of cash flows through our books and book it as income.
Right.
Not the GMV, which is multiplied by 3x for valuation, but pure cash flows multiplied by 50x because it's no assets, nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. This is the inter-network protocol. Internet protocol. IP, TCP IP. Nobody understands basics, you see?
Yeah.
Already it's there, interconnected. You don't need new blockchains. If you implement with blockchain, you have two problems, you see?
Yeah.
So we can and will play the blockchain game because, why the fuck not? But the real value is not in that. It's in the actual cash flows. You see, this is the democratization that we bring. Yeah. Breaking apart the silos that today block the flow of HTTP data. The creator economy is built on this, right?
Yeah.
So this changes everything. Because we're not cookie based. We're not talking about 3%, we're talking 30, 40, 50%. We're talking about organic, authentic commerce that does not involve selling, just sharing authentically, right? And it's fundamental to what's coming. And all the technology pieces you saw in action, universal shopping cart, universal catalog, universal payments, connecting to any logistics provider, universal hyperlocal commerce. Anybody connects to make money. It's the entrepreneurship economy. Universal blockchain, because who the fuck cares which chain, right? Like it's pointless to talk about which chain.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we are the actual protocol layer for universal commerce.
Yeah.
Right? And this is why Awake Ventures can arbitrage the opportunity that exists today on the internet, right? So what is it that we're doing? Acquisition companies like SPACs, except they're unspacs. They're the actual acquisition targets. Right? Which connects up, our own networks now that we're entering, like in booze and in, cannabis and in alt medical and so many other, things.
Yeah.
So that's the point, right? It's just build your own unicorn by connecting the dots and plugging in existing cash flows from a private equity standpoint. It's no brainer, right?
It's big.
So it's very simple, and we can walk through the numbers. This is an example of how the numbers flow, and how we take this to any industry and build for them their unicorn, and how everybody benefits. How much money is made by each person? How much $800 made by how many people here? 5,000 co-sellers on a monthly basis. This will build for you a $374 or $500 million company. How? Over a period of time, connecting the dots, right? Building people, allowing others to make money.
Right.
So that's the model. We can do this all day long, right? Because we understand internet, we understand blockchain at a level that most people hope to. And so our job now is to connect with operators like yourself who can make the deals happen. We're, of course, partners and enablers. Hey, Jordan, nice to meet.
Nice to meet you too. Question for you. So I'm just curious, I jumped in late. I don't know if the team already covered this, but you saw the email we sent, right? Based on Standarddao. I would really like to go into how you see like how this benefiting us. And our end goal is raising tokens, right? Is raising money for our pre-sale to sell our pre-sale tokens, and then also for our launch. How does that incorporate with this? This is a product-based service that you're pitching us, right?
We're just pitching the protocol to make more money together. So the idea here is you guys have a way to, issue tokens for a reason. People would want to have some reason, right? Why would I buy your token? So you say, oh, it's backed by this asset, it's this, it's that, look, it's going to grow this way and all that. So there are two things to it. One is you already have money to put in the treasury, right? Or assets to put in the treasury. The other is I don't have assets today. I want to get assets, right? So I'll play, but I don't have any assets. How do I make assets? Well, here's how you make assets. Everybody connects, start making any amount of money or value, which can be reified into any token if that's what you want to store. But ultimately, it's just cash. Store of value is just, what I'm talking about, right? Ultimately, it's generating cash flow. It's a generative economy. So your community you should plug your stuff into our thing, or we plug our thing into your thing, the same thing.
I think you're kind of right on. How far away do you see one of these unicorns from being tokenized and shares being able for purchase? Because that's the whole point of our protocol, right? We can't bring anything into the treasury unless it's tokenized, and then we can get those cash flows. Right. So that's why I said we're unminted. So if you have that part of the system, I can introduce you to one or two of these companies, and then we can do that part. So we haven't touched that because we have the cash flows running. Now you can, this is what you're going to, this is the asset. Now you can do whatever you want on the other side, the tokenization side, right? We're building the actual assets, the actual cash flows that people care about. Yeah, absolutely.
So you tell me what part of that you want. I mean, I'll give you any of these, you pick one, right? And you can literally say to the universe, look, not only are you having the Standarddao, but let's say wines, right? You do a focused campaign in the wine world saying that, hey, this is all this wine shit's going into the treasury. These new businesses can now connect in the wine space and make more money and do the Standarddao thing automatically.
Yeah.
It's their utility. Why would they join, right? It's not to trade it on the exchange. That's fine. That's like traders. And hope that something happens. That's like the SPAC model. Hope that something happens.
So basically, we put like say a winery joined up. They want to raise X amount of dollars for the winery, right? They sign up. They get on this platform, and they're like someone like myself would come on and go, okay, I want to invest into that. I want to put that money, so I know it's backed by that, and they already have real-time investment.
And we back it by every transaction. So every transaction, I can give you 1%, 2% go into the treasury. Like for keeps. I mean, the treasury can keep growing just because you're enabling the capital facilitation.
So, I mean, it's actually interesting because we were talking about this week, and we honestly we were saying it was too far away, right? So now it's interesting because we got on the call with you, and it's like right in front of us. And I do think there's a lot of layers here because even from the standpoint of like, the selling aspect and the referral system that you've built and how the tracking works there, that enables us to do some cool things as well through our community, right? To actually incentivize people to actually, go
so just, I think I wasn't clear, but let me make it clear. 95% of all earnings you can withdraw. 5% of your earnings is given to the one node that connected you into the network. So it's an automatic MLM, but has no pyramid, no cost to join. So it's an ethical MLM. It's all the MLM things done right. It's the world's largest referral system for empowering other people.
The world already is an MLM.
That's pretty cool. I mean, every business is an MLM if you really want to look at it like that. There's always a pyramid somewhere.
That's correct. So we are exactly that, and we have had a tough time to, explain all of this in the last few months of building. So now that things are actually visible, it's a lot easier. We're doing a big go-to-market first quarter of next year, et cetera. So new corporate website, blah, blah, blah. But working with, capital partners now for this, right?
This helps out on if say I'm one of our members, one of our community members, they invest and like 2 years later, they want to cash out, right? And they could cash out through this system, and then it tracks everything, and then 1099 does everything compliant that we would have to worry about. Like it handles all the payments and stuff like that for us. Am I asking that question right, Aaron, Martin? I don't know. Does that make sense?
You literally are getting essence of the business, which is the profits that are going to be backing your assets. I mean,
Jordan, so this is as if you brought in a business to our treasury. We brought the stock of the business, and the stock had cash flow, and we got the cash flow of that stock.
Dividend is so the actual security token, the actual thing. It's just the actual business itself. Yes.
That's all this is, Jordan. So this is what we're thinking of doing, but we were thinking this is a year, 2 years down the line. But it's right in front of us right now.
Got it. Okay.
It changes everything, So the way so the reason I built it, guys, just to be very clear, is I live in the Valley and I hate this fucking place.
Hey, I just moved. I literally, I'm moving to Houston. I'm out here right now. I'm moving out of California finally, dude.
Welcome to hell. But I love this place too, because it's the birthplace of all the innovation, and it's so diverse and it's so nice. And so I both love it and hate it. And so I took it upon myself to fix it. So Silicon Valley is broken in all the ways that DeFi can fix, but the blockchain people only want to make money for themselves. So they're worse than these guys. In fact, they're also amateurs, right? So it's like, fuck, now you got to deal with newbies also. So what we have built is the actual machine that focuses on the business. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Just connect your machine, start making money, done. Right? The rest of it will happen because that's all it is. There's nothing else to talk about. Right? So that's it. So now with the right people who plug into our protocols, we enable the future of value co-creation. Awakened value co-creation. It's not even a venture fund because other people's money, man. Like it doesn't have to be our money. Right? It's always other people's money. That's a protocol, venture protocol, right? It's like the other people's protocol money, which flows in. And so that whole thing is sitting on our ledger. Right? Down to the very transaction detail. Leading up to who made that possible and how and where and when, and, how to invest and where not to invest.
I mean, so
AI can run this system, you see?
No, I mean, this makes a hell of a lot of sense. You guys have been working on this for a long time, clearly, and you're about to launch. Like, what's next? What's next once this is launched and deployed and you have everyone coming to make their own unicorn? What's next for you?
I mean, so the reason it's called Awake is I went through a journey of, like awakening and all that. And so I'm just connecting the universe the way it is actually, built. The universe is one network. So I'm just building it the way it's actually, really there.
What did you do to awaken yourself?
I had to question my reality.
Did you do like any,
did you eat a bunch of mushrooms or take ayahuasca?
What did
I
you
have
do?
not done ayahuasca. I have done some mushrooms in the past, but it was not that as such. I mean, everybody does that, but nobody ultimately sticks with the realization. You see, the realization makes the false knowledge vanish.
Mhm.
And then you don't operate in the false knowledge at all. There's no knowledge anymore because knowledge is actually limiting you from like reality. Reality is not limited. It's actually unlimited and infinite. And you cannot grasp it because it's not conscious. You
Yep.
see, it's just pure intelligence. So you operate as yourself, your true self. The self is, abstract and it's not anything specific. So if I say this blockchain, I become limited, but I don't have to say that. I'm actually just me. Wherever I go, it's my profile. I'm the profile on all users, right? On all LinkedIn user, this user, that user. So we are all that everywhere, So if you build for yourself, you build for the universe.
Yeah. Yep.
Amazing. This is this is what it's all about.
Fundamental. So we are actually going to change humanity. I call it interhuma. That's the next phase of humanity, which is the interconnected human being.
Yeah.
I'm not an individual. I'm the network. Otherwise, how does the individual happen?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The individual is only in reference to the network. Otherwise, has no meaning. Neither the network has a meaning, nor the node has a meaning, unless both exist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they only exist with reference to each other. Therefore, they're a dual reality. They're not two. They're two sides of the same coin.
Right.
So why not focus on the coin rather than one side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of us as a single network. End of story. Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it. I mean, whatever you did, we got to do it too. Where'd you go?
Well, I'm writing a book on it. We don't have much time. It's writing itself. There's somebody who's actually collecting stuff. I'll just show you like this very quickly, since you asked. It's called iRealization, like iPhone.
Yeah.
So iRealization.com.
I love how everything you have is on Notion.
Yeah, because it's all thoughts.
Yeah.
So if this first book, I could not have time to write actually. How it actually happens, and it's all there, just that I don't have time to write it. But there's a second book which happens to be coming together very quickly because I have a friend who wants to do it, so he's actually putting together all these things. So yeah, I mean, you feel free to read it.
Love it. Wow. Did you do Vipassana?
My brother has done a lot of it. You don't need Vipassana because Vipassana again focuses on the unreal. You might find out a lot of things about your unreal self. Why not just go straight to the source, realize your non-self?
Love it.
So yeah.
All right. So what's next for us? Like, I mean,
let's do it. Yeah, good question. So what's next? So I think Standarddao is interesting. I think you reached out for some sort of advisory thing. I can't recall exactly what. Happy to dive into that, but also focus on how can we take one or two of these, immediate use cases that you also will be able to leverage within your world. I don't know what your world is. Maybe it's in wine, maybe it's in something else. We have a lot of different networks. So, or we can create new ones, right? Because it's nothing. To create a network is trivial, right? It's like nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've done Amazon, seller before. I know what that is, and this takes it to a whole new game, definitely. And I think that this is very interesting, obviously. So, in terms of the advisory ship for Standarddao, I think you're a great fit, and we do have certain roles that we're looking to fill in that space. And on the side of like the connectivity, specifically DeFi, it seems like at least in that vertical, you fit pretty well. Even though this isn't necessarily DeFi, but it is, right? So this is DeFi totally flipped. And
yes,
so
it is DeFi. No, it is DeFi. Right. I think that's where we like to focus. We're on the capital markets,
exactly.
side of things, while we bring the tech and we enable the compacting for Main Street. It's really Wall Street. that needs to change its,
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But so the thing that we're doing with Standarddao is trying to bridge CFI to DeFi, vice versa.
Right.
And this is already, it's already there.
Yeah.
And I mean, having you as an advisor to our team, first of all, like we would love to have the opportunity to tokenize some of these unicorns and bring them into our treasury, right? And to, have that mechanic in some sort of a way, and do the purchase there. But then, even further from that, just growing as you guys are growing, it seems like our visions are aligned, and you guys are very far down this journey with, the B2B2C model. And this is something that will be very beneficial.
Yeah, so done deal on that. And then let's figure out which one of, if there is a vertical or two that you guys are more connected with, because that's where the excitement will be, because you're going to, take it to market, and it's a marketing machine all the time.
Yeah, no, we'll do a deep dive. I mean, this obviously gives us a lot to think about, and we'll do a deep dive and come back to you on, really strategy where we think we should be.
Yeah.
Cool. Look forward to it. So you guys are based in LA?
Yeah, Orange County.
Yeah. Yeah. LA.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm usually there at least once a quarter.
Yeah,
Our
I mean,
board
we
member is
definitely should meet up. So whenever you're out here, we're out there.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys are out here, absolutely, no
Love it.
questions. And
And if you ever come to Houston, I'll be out here in the 15th.
you were moving here after that, you said?
No. I'm born and raised in city of Orange. And then I was in Los Angeles for Hollywood specifically for 11 years now. I'm currently in Palm Desert, Palm Springs area. Been there for a year, but I'm actually moving to Houston the 15th of January. I'm moving out of California.
Oh, okay, I see. All right. Well,
I mean, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, it really has.
This is a great way to start our day.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Great to meet, guys. We'll be in touch then. It's
and if you can send me this recording, that'd be great too.
I will do that. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you
All right,
so
thanks,
much.
guys.
Yeah. Talk soon, guys. Bye.